think they're excited about your win, too.
Oh, good. Somebody is.
What do you mean somebody is? We all are. Can you just talk to me about what that moment felt like?
It was good. Honestly, that's not a submission I do a lot, and I was a little bit worried about burning my arms out since I only practiced twice since my last fight. But my coaches were saying it was there and to sell out for it, so I listened. And again, I'm a soldier. I'm just lucky enough to have good generals telling me what to do. I put guys in my corner that I would trust with my life, and I'll do anything they tell me to do.
Was that kind of how you expected the fight to go?
Not exactly. I thought that he would probably be a little easier to take down. He was, man, he's tall and flexible and long, good power. But I figured my grappling was going to be a little bit better than his. And again, I was eager to bail on the submission because it's not something I do often. But it was all my coaches from the corner.
At what point did you kind of feel him go out? Because I think that we saw him spitting blood. We weren't sure when he really went out.
I'm not sure. I was leery on that as well because Muhammad, when I fought him in Abu Dhabi, he was gurgling and stuff when I had my guillotine. So I was selling out for those. And, he may have been screwing with me because, he said in the interviews afterwards that none of them were tight. So, again, it's one of those things that I didn't really know what was happening, but I knew my coaches thought that I had it. So I trust them, and, I just went through with it.
How important was this win for you?
Oh, man, it was everything. I would say not as important as I thought the last one was. After my last loss, I didn't know where I was going to be. I had one fight left on my contract. It's a really scary thing in the UFC to go and fight with one fight left on your contract. Another loss means, I'm done. Even if I won the last fight on my contract, there's a good chance that maybe they wouldn't re-sign me. I'm finally making decent money. But taking this fight on short notice, they automatically gave me a new contract. I just started that new contract today with a win. So now I have the security of a job for 3 fights, and that's all I really want. I want to make sure that I can fight again tomorrow, that I can fight again the next day. My biggest fear right now is not being able to have this in my life.
We couldn't hear you back here, but I'm not sure if you called anybody out. But is there anyone you'd like to fight next or a date you'd like to fight again?
Oh, man, date-wise, as soon as possible. Somebody falls out at 35 next weekend. I want to be the guy. I would love to be that guy they can call on short notice. I think the UFC knows, I can't make weight at 25 in a week, but at 35, 45, they can call me. I'll show up. I'll be ready. I'll fight hard. I'll make weight. I'm easy to deal with. I want to be that guy. I'm a company man. I'm ready to work. I'm finally making money. I fought in this game forever. Since 2012, I've been in the UFC. I'm finally making enough to support my family the way that they deserve. We went through years where we scraped and crimped so that I could do this, and now I want them to flourish.
What are your goals for 2024?
Fight 3 times, get a new contract. That's all I want to do. Fight, and fight again.
Thank you.
Tim, right here.
Yes, sir.
So during your post-fight interview, you kind of were talking a little about going for that title and still having those aspirations. I think most people know that you have that potential, but now that you've been around the game a while, what is it actually going to take to make that run?
It's going to take putting some things together. I've always been a guy a win 2, lose 1, win 2. You know what I mean? I've been inconsistent. Part of that was the way that I fight. Part of that was me getting in my own way. Part of that was, just the way the sport is. It's so unpredictable. But for me now, it's about having fun. I'm getting old. I'm 36. I want to have fun, look cool on TV, and get paid. That's what I want to do. And I love this, man. I love to fight. Nobody's having more fun. I would fight again tonight if they would let me. Let's go. This is where I belong. And win, lose, or draw, it doesn't really change that. When I lose, it's sad because I get half my check, but it doesn't deter me from wanting to fight. I want to fight right after I lose too.
Congrats on the win.
Thank you, sir.
I know you didn't really mention a name there, but given that term you said, exciting fights, maybe not your next fight, but is there any specific guy that, resonates with the term exciting fights in the flyweight division that you'd like to one day share the cage with?
Man, there's a ton. Kaiker France is exciting. Amir Albazi, I think that would be a fight. Guys that aren't going to be desperate to do one thing, guys that just want to go in and mix it up. There's a ton in the flyweight division. There's so many now. And also at 35, if they need a short notice guy, thinking is a weakness of mine. I don't want to. If I sit around for 8 weeks thinking about a guy, I start to get in my own head, and there's time to get hurt. Getting the call 4 days ago, I knew I was going to fight on Saturday. I knew nothing was going to stop me. There is no injuries. There's no time for anything bad to happen. I was going to get to come here and do what I love to do on 5 days' notice. So Anybody, man. It's the best day of my life. Like this, the sad thing is now it's over. Now I have to wait until the next one.
That's awesome. But I mean, speaking of the flyweight division, there's a big title fight next week for your division. Alessandro Pantoja versus Brandon Royval. I mean, how do you have that fight going?
And that's tough. I think Pantoja is one of the best guys in the division, if not the best all around. But he's also one of the guys that's older too, and just being good everywhere is not enough. I do think that he is all around better than Royval, but Royval is dangerous, and man, he's so funky, and he catches people. So if I was a betting man, which I'm not anymore, I would say that Royval can take this.
Awesome. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir.
I know you said you're not the biggest flyweight, but coming in here, how did you feel tonight at the weight you were tonight? And what was the difference of the weight that you came in tonight than what you would normally come in on a flyweight fight?
It's weird, when I'm training hard and in camp and in shape, I walk around at 150 pounds. Since my last fight, I haven't trained. I've been eating junk food and laying around and being lazy. I came in fight week at 147. When I fought Muhammad, I came in at 54, I think. And fight night with Muhammad, I was 152, and today I was 146. So when I'm in shape and going hard, I'm usually a little bit bigger. But I had, soft belly and stuff for this fight, which Sue hit me in the liver, and, I definitely felt it. But 25, 35, 45, given the right time, like I'm not small in any of those divisions, and, I make up for it with a lot of weird movement. So I can compete, at any weight class.
Do you feel like you're, I don't know, I feel like we've asked this before, but I mean, you feel like you're really hitting your stride right now?
It's always 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but as of right now, I do. I'm with a camp that I trust. I got, this is the first time in my life where I go to camp and I feel like a professional athlete. I go and stay at somebody else's house. It's a beautiful house. It's a huge house. They got a sauna in the house. They got a cold plunge in the house. They have a hot tub in the house. I have somebody making all my meals. All my supplements are laid out. I literally don't have to think about anything. My schedule's laid out. All I got to do is what's on paper, and that plays to my benefit because I am a soldier. If I'm left to my own reconnaissance, like I'm running around being a dipshit. But if I'm being held accountable and I have somebody standing over me, I do think that I can be one of the best guys in the world.
Awesome. Congrats tonight.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Appreciate you guys.
When you go back and watch